All right, been a long time since the last video. So you just watched the life update video. Hopefully you did. If not, if you follow this channel, I would go and watch the life update video, which was posted just before this one, before you jump into this video. So right now we're in Breezewood, Pennsylvania, which is in south central Pennsylvania. Here's the parking area down here. Just the Allegheny Mountains. And we are at the Pennsylvania Turnpike abandoned tunnel. I've wanted to do this for years. Flew up from Tampa this morning, flew Tampa to Philadelphia. Kind of not a long flight, but a couple hours. So hopefully it's good. There's two places you park. One is right here. And then it's about a mile to the first tunnel. Then you can walk, but it's like 4 or 5 miles to the next one. So we're going to get back in the car, drive a big loop. And then we're going to go to the other tunnel because there's closer parking. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. Flight didn't get in. By the time the flight got in and we got the car, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning in Philadelphia. So that's why we're here kind of late. You excited for the tunnel?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this is good. We came a long way to be here. So this was right off the highway. Probably 1 mile to the highway over there. Little parking area. There's about 8 cars here, but we haven't seen any other people yet. So to give you a little bit of background here, the Pennsylvania Turnpike is a toll road that runs from, gosh, I actually don't know where it starts. I think Harrisburg maybe, and it goes all the way out to Pittsburgh. And it got rerouted like years ago. It's probably 50 or 60 years ago. It got rerouted around this area and the route changed a few miles. And this section is an abandoned stretch of the highway. And there's 2 tunnels because this really mountainous through here. There's all kinds of tunnels on the turnpike today. And the abandoned section of the road is a few miles long and has 2 tunnels. And that is what we're on the way to right now. And this is unique because it's an abandoned place that it's actually completely legal to visit. Most abandoned places are pretty much off limits, legally anyway. So we are excited to be here. And it is good to be doing travel vlogs again. It has been too long. So back when this was the Pennsylvania Turnpike years ago, I want to say, you'd have to look it up, but I want to say it was like the 1960s when this was abandoned. Highways were a lot smaller. And this is one side, that's the other side. The pavement is still here, covered in graffiti, but it's still here. It's actually in remarkably good shape given how old it is. It's really pretty in here. Memorial Day weekend right at the end of May. It's about 72 degrees. To a Florida boy, it feels cold. I've been cold off and on today. Listening to local radio in the car driving here from Philadelphia, they kept talking about how nice it is out. And I'm like, no, not to a Florida boy. It's cold. When you read about the online reviews for this trail and the tunnels, one of the things a lot of people mention is how much graffiti there is and how some of it's pretty entertaining. There's a lot of graffiti so far, but nothing's been really that funny. Supposedly it gets better as you get closer to the tunnel. So it's about a mile, mile and a half. We're probably maybe half a mile in so far. So it wasn't that long of a walk. We're coming up to the first tunnel right around this corner. Caught a glimpse of it back there, but now there's kind of some trees in the way. How long of a walk do you think that was?
Like maybe a 15-minute, 20-minute?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too far.
It wasn't far.
It wasn't far at all. Some people had bicycles, which would be the easiest way, but obviously we can't do that because we flew here. All right, here's the tunnel. And you can also see the old lines on the road, the yellow and the white, and there's some old guardrail in here. There's been a lot of graffiti, but a lot of it is so faded it's hard to see what it says.
Cool.
It's a nice change of pace to see some mountains with living in Florida now, with it being so flat. I'm not complaining. I love Florida. But it's good to get out and get to some different geography sometimes. So I have wanted to come here for years. Melissa thought it was a great idea. I wanted to come here too. But one of the reasons we're actually here right now and not somewhere else is we were thinking about what trip to go on. And with the gas prices going crazy, the flight prices are going crazy too. And these were the cheapest flights from Tampa to go about anywhere in the US. Philadelphia had the cheapest price. So I started there and worked out. I'm like, what can we do within driving distance of Philadelphia that's worth a trip? So I've been to Philadelphia a few times. I've seen and done everything there. And I like Abandoned Tunnel, Breezewood, Pennsylvania. This is about halfway between Philly and Pittsburgh. So there's a little tiny flowing stream of water over here. I don't know if I'm going to call this a creek. It's kind of too small. Here's the tunnel. We did bring flashlights. Everything we could find, it says it's really dark in the middle of it. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Watch your step.
Yeah. Should give a flashlight.
So, lots of trash in here.
This is cool.
Not sure what this was. There's some abandoned box. So there's stairs to go up right there. Oh, it looks like there was a fireplace. That looks like a pile of ash or something.
What's this for?
I'm not real sure. I think somewhere in here there's like a cooling system or vents that cool off the tunnel. It might have been equipment for that, but I'm not real sure. And then what's this over here? I mean, there's all kinds of like... This almost looks burnt, like it was ash from a fire, but it's more like crushed stones, almost as if it's like ground up asphalt, so I'm not real sure.
Look at the old light switch. Well, it used to be, but I think that was a light switch.
Wow. That's been there a long time.
Yeah. That's some better.
I mean, this is really cool, and we're only in the first room.
Right. That's really cool.
All the cans of spray paint people threw away from doing graffiti.
Okay, I believe it's haunted. I love it.
Lots of trash, mostly like water bottles, Gatorade bottles.
I really like the roll.
I don't see why not. The door was open. So some stairs in here.
Whoop. That scared me.
What was it? Water dripping? Yeah, it's just water dripping.
It scared me. Alright, going up?
Yeah, let me get some video in here.
I hope I don't fall through.
Yeah, just watch your step. It feels solid so far.
There's a big ladder, so just careful. Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess we ain't going no further. Unless we feel like going up the ladder.
Shucks. That's why it's there.
Here, let me show the video what's going on. So the stairs kind of just ended. Now there's just a ladder. Well, what do you think?
I mean, we could. We just have to, like, I don't know.
So we thought about it for a minute, and we're not gonna go up. It's not real sturdy, and the stairs don't look too good up there. Just one of those things, not risking getting hurt. Especially with memories so fresh of being in the hospital with my hand, which if you didn't watch the video before this, I talk about all of that. So that was just back there, the room at the entrance. I'm thinking there might be another one down at the other entrance. We're gonna go find out. This is the shorter of the two tunnels. And there's so much graffiti in here. There's everywhere you look. So I don't know, maybe this is half a mile long. Definitely old, only one lane in each direction. It's getting darker, but we can still see. They say in the other tunnel, when you're in the middle of it, it's pitch black because it's a lot longer than this one. So there's fire extinguisher holders, but the fire extinguishers themselves are long gone. And if you broke down driving through this tunnel, all you have is this little sidewalk. That's it. That side has even less. It's mostly on this side. There's a little bit of space to walk. So when you read about this tunnel online, one of the things that comes up frequently is that there's some really funny and entertaining graffiti. But not really, because there's just so much of it. It's all written over each other, so it's hard to see what each individual thing says. Another fire extinguisher holder. It is fairly crowded here. I mean, it's a Saturday in the afternoon on a day with good weather. We've probably seen, I don't know, we've probably seen 20 other people in the mile-and-a-half walk to get in here. Probably 10 or 12 cars in the parking lot. This does have a gravel parking lot right off the road. You can't drive to the tunnel because there's a gate. So was it worth the trip?
Definitely. Love it.
Yeah, this is good. This is every bit as good as we had hoped it would be so far. And we're only halfway through the first tunnel. Hey, Melissa just said something I think is worthy of being in the video. Can you repeat that?
It literally feels like a car's gonna drive right through.
Because other than the graffiti on the walls, on the road being in rough shape, it really does look like we're in a real highway tunnel. I mean, it is a real highway tunnel, just hasn't been used in years. If I had to guess, I'd say that was probably 3/4 of a mile. We're almost to the other side. So here's the other side. Nobody here because I feel like a lot of people come from the parking area and only walk to the other end of the tunnel and turn around. Not as much here. It doesn't have that upper level here, but it does have a door to go in that's open that we're going to explore. It's a real nice day, low 70s, but it's humid, so it feels warmer than it is. I'm in a t-shirt and still comfortable. All right, here we go. The inside of the other end of the tunnel. It looks a lot smaller. Oh, it's way smaller. There's like nothing in here. The other one was like several rooms and a lot of stuff. This is just one room with a window, a bunch of graffiti.
There's a bird nest up there.
Yeah, that bird nest right there. And some old electrical panels. Another one over here. So we're headed back through, going back to where we started. The other end of the tunnel, the inside was a lot bigger, so we're gonna try to climb up and get up top over there. We saw some other people on the outside kind of just climbing up the hillside. We're gonna see if we can do that and see what's up there. So we have about a 3/4 of a mile walk to get back through. So we're back at the first entrance of the tunnel where we started. We just climbed up. It wasn't too hard. It was steep and slippery, but there was a lot of trees to hold on to. There's a little pathway up here. And let's go see what there is to see up top. It's about 6 o'clock, and there is another tunnel to see that we're going to drive to. But we just decided, let's stay here, see as much as we can see. And if we need to, we'll stay at a hotel right in this little town. Because it's right off the highway. There were 2 or 3 hotels like 5 minutes from here. So we'll just stay there tonight if we run out of daylight. Still not sure what's going to happen there. How's it looking?
It's like the upstairs.
Oh yeah, I bet this is where we would have gone if the stairs were okay. I wonder what that machine does. I wonder if it like pumped air in or something for ventilation. See what's around back.
Oh, people did go in there.
Yeah, it must have. There's all kinds of graffiti. So here's the mountain that the tunnel goes through. Little pathway up here. More graffiti. Oh, look at this. Stairs to go in. Look at this.
Could that be attached to the...
Well, these stairs are concrete, so they're definitely solid.
Oh, wow.
See how far we can get. Okay, a big old metal door. It's shut tight, but you can climb right through.
Be careful.
Alright, the floor feels pretty solid. It's all concrete. So there's some stairs. I probably won't trust those. You got it okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some old pipes. And this is really cool. Yeah, at least you can get in here. Big hole in the floor over here. Oh, so that we're on the 3rd level. That goes all the way down to the 1st floor.
What's another one of these things?
See, it was worth climbing up here. Oh, there we go. There's the cooling fan to push. All these tunnels had ventilation systems.
Huh?
So we just made the decision. We're going to stay in a hotel in this town in Breezewood, Pennsylvania tonight, 5 minutes up the street. Because this tunnel, it's 6:15. This tunnel's going to take up the rest of the daylight. There's so much to see in here. Look at this. So we thought this area was going to be it. There's so much in here. This is the machinery that operates like the cooling fans for the whole tunnel. And we're going to save that for last. That looks the coolest. So another big cooling fan. All kinds of graffiti up here like everywhere else. Here's inside. Wow. Here's inside one of the cooling fans. Look how big it is. That whole thing turns and pushes fresh air through the tunnel. Or at least it did when the tunnel was open. So much trash. And look at this. Just another back room over here. More machinery. Big log in through the window. I bet somebody put that through on purpose. Big tree. Still covered in graffiti, like everything else. Here's the turbine again. All right, so let's go back over here. This room looks the coolest of anything. You ready? I'm gonna go in for the video. All right, so down here, look at this room. It's just shaped like a triangle. Metal stairs, they feel solid. Yeah. All right, so that just ends into nothing. Couple of holes in the floor. You can hear animal sounds. Whoa, look at that. That goes. That appears to go on the roof of the tunnel all the way down. That's probably to push fresh air through by those big fans. So that probably goes all the way. So I'm pretty sure this goes all the way through the tunnel to the other side. This is probably like the roof area where they push the air through. It's all really solid. It's made of concrete. It feels safe to walk in here. Echoes forever. Not sure how good you can hear the echo on the video. Echo! This is cool. Now the floor gets a lot thinner, so I think I'm gonna stop here. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, the floor gets thinner. It's like 4 inches less concrete down here. But yeah, I bet that goes all the way to the other side. It's like a cooling tunnel up top over the roadway. It is a long way down.
Oh, the bathroom, huh?
So this is, we came down the stairs from the upper level where we were. This is the middle level, and there's the ladder we didn't climb up from the bottom earlier. We came down from the top, so now we're on the floor we couldn't get to. So the first thing we see is an old bathroom. Wow, this is cool. Okay, so there's not as much to see on this level. There's where we were. Old electrical box, windows. Yeah, there's not much on the second level. I think that's...
A giant spider.
Where?
He's on the wall. He's probably dead, but...
Oh yeah, that is big.
What kind is that?
Damn if I know. So we're back outside. It's almost 7 o'clock at night. We decided we're going to stay right here in Breezewood, Pennsylvania somewhere, which is like 5 minutes up the street when we get back to the car. And there's a whole nother tunnel that's bigger than this one, so we're just going to do that tomorrow morning. Our flight's not till 6:30 at night out of Philadelphia, which is like a 3-hour drive from here, 3.5. But we're going to do that. We're going to get up like probably like 8 o'clock tomorrow, do the other tunnel, and be on the road by like 12, 1 o'clock, so we don't have to rush. We were planning on doing both tunnels tonight, but there's just so much to see here, and it was the whole point of this trip. We're like, let's just stay right here and do the other one tomorrow. All right, so it's a couple hours later. We're staying at, I don't even remember the name of this place. What's this place called? Budget Inn Breezewood. There were like 3 hotels in this town because we didn't want to go far because we're going to do the other tunnel in the morning. And there's like a Holiday Inn Express that was like $200 a night. I kid you not. And then there were 2 local like motels. The other one had really crappy reviews, and this one had 5 stars. And it is pretty good. It's just like the nicest cheap hotel I've ever stayed at. We just had Pizza Hut for dinner. Gonna get some sleep here pretty soon. But I will pick this up in the morning. We're going to the other tunnel. It's supposed to be longer. It's supposed to be pitch black in the middle. So it should be a good one. And then we're just going back to the Philadelphia airport after that, which is a few hours, and then going back home to Tampa. And I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. And thanks for watching. It feels good to be making one of these videos again. It's been a while. It's a dirt road the last mile to get to the parking area. Just beautiful countryside, some mountains and rolling hills. And from being in Florida so long, don't get me wrong, I love Florida. I'll probably live there the rest of my life. But it is nice to see some mountains and some forests. We didn't even pass any other cars most of this drive here. We're thinking we'll be the only people there. So here's our little rental car. The abandoned turnpike is up here. This is actually a state forest, and this road is, we probably drove 2 or 3 miles in on this road, and it has like people camping over here. There are other people hiking. There's just so much in here. Just a really nice, well-maintained state forest in Pennsylvania. And the abandoned turnpike is up here. We got to climb up to it somehow, which I did read that before we came, but it saves a mile of hiking in each direction to come in here instead of like the other, like more easily accessible parking lot. So here's the abandoned turnpike again. The car is right there. If you hear music in the background, it's because there's people over there camping. There are 5 or 6 tents set up. half a mile in this direction gets us to the other abandoned turnpike tunnel. This one is more than twice as long as the last one, and they say when you're in the middle of it, it's pitch black. Less graffiti here because it's more off the beaten path. 15-20 minute drive to get to the parking area for this one, including the last couple miles on the dirt road. The other one's just like pretty much right in town. Turn back now.
No.
I think we're about halfway to it. I'm guessing it's right around this corner because it's only supposed to be a half mile. Oh, here it is. Alright, so the door's wide open, just like the other one. I have a feeling this is going to be pretty much the same. It was designed for the same road around the same time. This one's just a little bit longer. A little bit less, there's still a lot of trash, but less than the other one. This is just kind of more off the beaten path to get to this tunnel. Oh wow, there's no stairs left at all. I wonder if we can find another way up like the other one.
There's a hole. What's this for?
I don't know. Looks like maybe ventilation of some kind.
Yeah, put your camera. Oh, that was a room.
Just trash and graffiti. Oh yeah, even if we made it up this first staircase, look how bad the next one is. Damn. Well, maybe we can climb up from the outside like the other one. It was a lot steeper. We'll see what we can do. We're back outside at the entrance. Yeah, we hit a dead end because the stairs were in such bad shape we couldn't go up them. Yeah, I wonder what's in there.
It's like rocks dripping.
Headed in. We're gonna try and find our way up there on the way out. I'm gonna walk through the tunnel first. Lots of water dripping. So obviously it leaks. Up where first?
No, like go up that.
Yeah, that looks good. I wonder where this water's coming from. It's not even raining. Wow. I'll say this, the water does look very clean, very clear. Yeah, so when we entered the other tunnel, you could see light up at the other end because it wasn't far enough to be totally dark in the middle. But this one, you can kind of see something up there. I'm not sure what it is, but you definitely can't see out the other side. Echo! So it's not as long as, it's long, it's longer than the other one, but it's not as long as I thought, because I was reading online that if you stand in the middle, it's pitch dark and you can't see either end. But you can see this end. You turn this way, you can see the other end. So I thought it would be a little longer, but it's still very good. It's still enjoyable to be here. Made it through to the other end. Didn't see any other people the entire time we were here. Lots of graffiti. Maybe not quite as much as the other tunnel. Coming out into the sunlight to nature sounds. Okay, so this tunnel, it does have the big upper deck part on both ends. The other tunnel only had this on one end. And the door is open. Let's go see what we can see. And maybe the stairs will be good enough to go up top in this one. Oh boy, okay. So this room is the same. Everywhere we've been, this room is the same. I don't know what this machinery is on the floor. Like a ventilation pit. If anyone knows what this black, like rock looking stuff is, leave a comment. At first glance, I thought it was a fire and it was like leftover ash or charcoal. But I think it looks like asphalt. I'm not real sure. This maybe was a furnace? Leave a comment if you have any idea. So the stairs are no good?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I would say so. Look at that. First flight, gone. Second flight, gone. And then the third flight looks like it's in really bad shape. Well, we climbed up the hillside. And we're going to go in and see what we can see. The other one had an entrance up top with a door that was wide open. Let's see what this one's got. Okay, so it's the same as the other tunnel. Stairs and a doorway that has no glass in it, so it can get right in there. Look, a waterfall over here. I'm gonna go see the waterfall. The water's just flowing down, and it's like a little creek running this way. That would explain where some of the water inside the tunnel was coming from. It's probably just getting right in there somehow. And then over here, let's see what's in the window.
A lot cleaner than the other one.
Yeah, there's less people here because you have to walk so far, and the parking area is in the middle of nowhere. So I'm just standing on the wall, looking in. And this big room, I think, is for ventilation for the tunnel. There's the big turbine fan that sends the fresh air through. Two of them. All right, heading in. right. But those stairs look okay. Maybe we can get to the second level.
Can you hold on to this for a second?
Coming in?
Sounds like cars.
I think that current turnpike is not very far from here. I think we're here in the regular highway, the one that replaced the abandoned highway.
Oh, the window's actually in. It's not busted.
Wow. No, it is. There's no glass. There's a piece of metal on the outside of it.
Yeah, but you can only go into that level.
Wow, muddy in here. Woo! Yep. Yeah, same as the other one. Same design, same layout. I mean, they were built around the same time for the same roadway. Only difference is this one's a little bit longer.
Oh, wow.
This feels pretty solid. Yeah, this would spin and push fresh air through the tunnel to get the exhaust out. And there's probably an electric motor that sat right here, I'm guessing. Big motor to turn this whole thing. Here's the other one over here.
Oh, wow. This one is covered in mud.
Yeah, that water's got to be coming right in.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the same room as the other one that's like the triangle-shaped room. And there's a lot of standing water in here. That waterfall must be making its way in. Yeah, go this way, I guess. Yeah, let's see how far down it is. Echo! All the way down to what used to be the roadway. That is probably, oh, it's probably 25, 30 feet below us. It's hard to see it in the video. I wonder if there used to be like a little, like some kind of cart or like, there's like, almost looks like train tracks used to go through here.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're ever doing something like this or exploring a dark place, a good flashlight really pays. We have pretty good, powerful flashlights, and that's helping a lot so you guys can see it in the video.
People have gone in there.
Yeah, there's graffiti like down as far as you can see.
Yeah. I think to like go all the way down though and then can't get out the other end.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that. Walk a mile up here and then we find out the other side's a dead end.
Yeah.
It would take like a couple hours to get back. It's just the floor gets so much thinner right here. It drops off by like 5 inches and it's a lot thinner. I want to walk on it, but I'm not sure I should. Yeah, it's probably solid. That echo never gets old. And now I'm really curious what they used in here, because it's not like railroad rails. It's like a triangle, and it's like pointed on top, so I don't know what would go on that. Yeah, it feels okay out here. The floor is just really thin right here. Because see this big drop, it went from thick and it lost like 5 inches. Now it's not very thick.
That hole, it's still pretty thick.
Right here? Yeah, it ain't bad.
Like you can just see how thick it is. It's a little thinner, but not as...
And if we knew the other side came out and we could get out that way, I would go, you know, I'd walk back here, but I don't know. I don't feel like walking all the way down to find it's a dead end to walk all the way back. Echo! That was a big one. We're walking back to the car, just got done. Was it worth the trip?
Yes, it was. Definitely worth the trip.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought it was going to be good, but it was even better than expected. Like, especially going up top and going inside was really fun. Almost back to the car. So we're in the car heading back to the airport in Philadelphia. The closest airport to this, to the tunnels, I think is Harrisburg, but it was way more expensive. It would have been like $150 more per person round trip. So we drove from Philadelphia. And we stopped the car. We're on Route 30, kind of getting back towards Philadelphia on a scenic route. And look at this. We were just driving along, and we're like, look, an abandoned house that looked like it had a fire. Let's check it out. It's just right on the side of the road. It continues with the theme of abandoned stuff on this trip. Look at the view beyond the house. Trying to figure out what this was before the fire. It's not that big of a building, but there's a big giant thing in the middle. And it had a chimney in the middle, so I'm almost like, I wonder if it was like some kind of like restaurant? Because this is an area that's really scenic. There's a restaurant right up the street here that we just turned around at. Because we passed this, and we were looking at it as we were driving by, and we turned around to come back. This is Tuscarora Mountain in Pennsylvania. If you drive through here on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, you see a sign that says, "I'll wait. I will wait." Okay, anyway. If you drive through here on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, you see a sign that says Tuscarora Mountain. I think there's a tunnel for it, but I'm not completely sure. But this is Tuscarora Mountain off the highway. The summit's like a mile up this way. I bet this was like a little restaurant or a store or something. So we're walking out of the King of Prussia Mall, which is the third largest mall in America. It's in the suburbs of Philadelphia. It was right on the way to the airport. And we had a craving for Subway, which they have one in here. So we're like, oh, let's go see the mall and eat Subway and kill two birds with one stone. How was the King of Prussia Mall?
That was very big and confusing.
And we didn't find it. We gave up. Decided to just say to heck with it. So at least it was right on the way to the airport. We didn't go out of the way to get to it. We just killed a half hour walking around. We parked. It's so massive. Like, this is the third largest mall in America. The biggest is Mall of America in Minnesota. I've been to that one, and I can tell you this one felt bigger. And the Subway, they had like these interactive display boards that you like, it was a touch screen to find stuff in here. We used like, what, 2 or 3 of them. And the directions were very, very confusing. We couldn't figure out where it was. We asked 2 different people where the food court was. Nobody knew. It's a very big and confusing place, and as a result, we left spending no money. So we decided, just for sake of time, we're just going to head to the airport, eat something there. Hopefully they have a Subway, because that's what we're craving right now. But anyhow, on the way to the airport, the trip is winding down. So we just returned the car at Philadelphia International Airport. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching. Feels good to be back doing this. Unless something interesting happens on the way home or something unexpected, I'll add it right after this. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.